Here's 3 tips for us in the hospitality industry to survive this unexpected downfall. What is happening? What is going on? Honestly, what the hell is happening? What is going on, right? Last time we spoke, things were bad, but we didn't know how bad they were going to be. Like, how long have we been inside our homes, inside our houses, without being able to go to our bars, our clubs, our restaurants, our hotels, wherever it is that you work? It's crazy to think that we were told this was going to happen, but now living it is just, something that we never expected, never thought could happen. So let's dig into where we really are today and what we can do about it. What are we going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? What am I doing about it? What am I thinking about doing? What are your friends doing? Have you spoken to anybody in the industry? What are they doing? What are their plans? So first things first, we don't know what's going to happen. Is this thing here forever? Is this thing here to stay? Is it coming back every year? I don't know. You don't know. We don't understand it. So we have to prepare. Let's start at the beginning. How do we prepare for this? So the first thing we got to do is research. We have to research what's been going on around. What have other places that have already gone through what we are going through, what have they done? And what kind of outcome have they seen? Is it working? What kind of measures are people taking? Have people opened? What percentage have they opened? Meaning their capacity or their volume of customers. Are they open at 25%, 50%? Of course, sometimes you have to research as to what their government is allowing. That's another thing you got to research. I understand there's some people that are actually doing what they're not told they're supposed to be doing. I don't think you should go in that route, but make sure you research what's happened to those people that are not respecting the rules they're being given. Another thing that some people are not researching is job openings within your own industry. Have people been living your industry and have a lot of other positions being open in your industry? Have you been looking at that? There's possibilities that people, don't have what it takes to, basically wait and have the patience to wait for this whole thing to be over and come back to their, old jobs. Or maybe they realized, this is not what they wanted to do with their lives. So maybe there's openings there. So I would research in all those different areas 100%. Number 2, you have to prepare. How do you prepare for something like this? Didn't it already, catch you off guard? Isn't it already here? No, I'm talking about preparing for the moment that you get out. We have to prepare for getting out of this one because we are going to get out of it. We are going to see those open signs on our venues, and we are going to see our customers flocking, and running the venues, and it's going to happen again at some point in time. But we have to be prepared for it, right? The best way to prepare for all of this is to study, get educated. This is the right time for education, like Nightlife University, for example. Little plug there. But it is what it is. This is the moment for you guys to be reading books, to be, just going back to old school habits and reading about the things that you are not so good at. Just basically try to be on top of the rest of the crowd for the moment that you get out of this one. And there's many reasons for this. Number 1, supply and demand, right? Imagine that, for example, the venues are going to open at a low percentage, right? They're not going to open full force, 50%, let's say. They're not going to need all the amount of employees, staff that they used to have. The whole workforce will be reduced because that's one of the first expenses they're going to try to avoid. So are you going to be picked to be one of those? And the only way to be chosen is if you are prepared. And I can tell you one thing, looking at it from the promoter side of the equation, you have a lot to learn, and it doesn't matter what you do in the industry. Everybody has something to learn, and there's always room for improvement. Everybody has room for growth. And number 3 is reinvent. This is definitely a time to reinvent yourselves. We don't know what to expect, so we have to be open to different ideas and possibilities, but we have some kind of idea of where things are going, right? So if we are, for example, a club, we have to think of ways that we can cater to people, and that they're gonna feel comfortable and they're gonna want to come to the venue because they feel that they're not gonna be in danger, number one. But how do we make that experience still the kind of experience they wanted when they went out to the venues, right? So reinvention, for example, in our industry, I would say that doing venues that are open is a good idea. Instead of working at closed venues, try to figure out a way. Even if you have a closed venue, figure out if there's a way that you can use the outside of the venue. Can you book events at places that are open? Parks, big mansions that have a big backyard or something. I've heard a lot of people talking about house parties are going to come back and all this kind of thing. And I think the only reason people are saying house parties are coming back is because if the clubs are not allowed to throw the parties, then you bring those parties to some houses. Don't do this, because the whole purpose of avoiding being in contact with so many, you lose it anyway. It's probably even worse at a house. So don't do things that are going to affect the general public in the end, just to benefit your business, right? So what other things can you think of that are reinvention? For example, I've heard about some people that are going to be putting thermometers at their entrance of their venues. Some other people are doing some kind of it's a thing you walk through and it just sterilizes everything around you, and it supposedly cleanses you from a big percentage of the bacteria that you may have on your viruses or whatever. I don't know if I trust it, but it makes some people feel more comfortable. In the end, either way, you don't really know. It's not 100% secure, but the whole idea is to make people feel comfortable, feel that they can come to you. I would look at any kind of possibility of you bringing your business online, anything that you can think of where you can stream something online and people are going to want it and are willing to pay for whatever it is that you're giving them. Just look at different possibilities, because we don't know when this is going to end. We don't know how soon we'll go back to completely normal. So start preparing, start reinventing, start researching, and stop panicking, because it'll be over, but you gotta be on top of it, right? All right, let's look at it one more time. Do not panic. Research, prepare, and reinvent. All right, let me know if I can help.